Go. Okay.
Hi, welcome to Real Boys Talk. Tonight we're doing Shootin the Shit with, of course, my bros from Sigma Omega Phi Fraternity Incorporated. We've got some that might be joining us as we go along, but tonight I've got three of my bros on the line, and we are going to shoot the shit. Shoot the shit tonight basically is again we have a conversation. There are some topics that we have chosen to want to have a conversation about, and it could go any direction. It could go off topic. We could go off onto something else. That's fine. This is a safe zone, a safe place, a safe space, and it is also language free, which means if my bros cuss, they cuss. We have all asked that if you are going to tell a story, please do not put their name in the story. Do not give descriptions of individuals. Do not tell people where people work. Those are the only things that we try to respect in here. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we will be vulnerable and probably tell some of our business, but we want you to understand we're gonna be respectful to those who are within that business conversation that we're having. If you know who we're talking about, and if it's you, oh well, you might want to call that bro and say, hey, how you doing? I heard you on, the podcast. That was a conversation I wish you had not had with the public, but it is what it is. It's a learning. Everything that we talk about is something that you can learn from. Either you will relate to it or it's something that you go, oh, I didn't know anything about that. What our goal is in our conversation is we will be dropping some jewels, some resources, and also give you some ideas of how to solve some issues. But most importantly, take what we talk about offline, have a good time with it with other people. We try to make some things that we talk about are going to be heavy. Some things we talk about are going to be light and funny. All right. Please understand. Do not take it, don't take it seriously on some things. We always are what? Shooting the shit. So let's get started. I'm going to ask each of my brothers that are on here to take a moment, introduce yourself, tell me, give us your name, give us where you're located, and please tell us what you did for Valentine's. If you're single like myself, tell what you did for Valentine's Day. I'm going to start with the youngest in the room. Yes, I'm calling her out because she is the
I
baby
think
in the
got
group
called
right
out.
now. In this situation, I know her as Rocksteady. Rocksteady, introduce yourself to the people.
How y'all doing? My name is Rocksteady, as Cupid said. Um, yeah, like they said, I'm really the baby of the group right now. But for Valentine's Day, I am single right now. So, but I'm located in Houston. I am single right now, and so for Valentine's Day, I didn't really do much for Valentine's Day. But stay home with my puppy. That's really it.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Maximilian, one of my oldest members in the organization, a life and senior
Alright.
member. Talk to the people.
Yes, I'm Maximilian, and what I did for Valentine's Day, my wife cooked dinner and we watched a movie. That's what we
All
did.
right. Awesome. All right. Then I've got one of my not a neo, but she been with us a short amount of time. She one of my newer bros, I must say. This is Rapid Fire. Introduce yourself and tell us what you did for Valentine's.
How y'all doing? I'm Rapid Fire. And Valentine's Day, uh, got drunk. Sorry. I'm single. So if anybody looking out there for a pawpaw, oh, we ain't supposed to do that.
Yes.
I'm pawpaw. I'm a babysitter. Be a good feeling for a grandparent. Oh, we not supposed to do that now? Okay. Anyway. Yo,
Oh,
I'm just happy to be vertical. It was a good Valentine's Day, and I'm just thankful for all my blessings.
all right, all right. Many of you know I'm the host of Real Boys Talk, Shooting the Shit, and as we do our health history, our health series, my name is Amber Moore, also known as Cupid. I am single as well. What I did pretty much was make sure that my mother had dinner, and I also stayed at home, chilled, got drunk. So yeah, I'm with you, bro. I did. I mean, but it was fun for me. I watched movies and caught up on my All Queens Men. Love it, love it. Great show. Not advertising for it. No, we don't get paid. They not a sponsor, but we like to shout out good quality television when we can, and that's one. So when it comes to Valentine's Day, I've watched some videos and I've seen some things, guys. Is it that the ladies don't want the flowers and the candy no more? They don't want stuffed animals. I watched the video and I want y'all's comment on it. Gentleman bought this young lady some roses, six roses, which is not cheap. Okay. He bought her a huge teddy bear, bought her some candy. And it wasn't like your candy in the little round, heart box that you get at the Walmart. He really did go to like Godiva chocolate and got her some stuff, right? This young lady was not happy. He had the flowers on the floor, everything. He had bought, some little wine and trying to do his thing.
She
And
clowned.
and she just went to the left and was like, what is this? Nobody wants that. She was mad because she's like, well, where the money at? Where the Gucci at? Where the Dolce Gabbana at? Is that where we are now? Is that what we?
No. So there's two parts to that. Right? So I I have to play devil's advocate here because I have to look at it on all sides. When you think of flowers and the bear and the chocolates, that is so typical. That is so typical for Valentine's Day.
Okay.
So typical.
Pussy?
And really, the pussy, really.
I'm sorry, people that are out there. It was a cat.
It was a
that
cat. My bad. Like
Sorry.
Rapid put the cat on camera and it threw me off guard. My bad. But
Go ahead.
But the flowers and the bears and the chocolates, that's so typical because that's what every store sells for Valentine's Day. You can walk in the Publix, you can walk in the Winn-Dixie, you can walk in the Kroger, and they have these same flower arrangements, the same bears, the same chocolates, right? It has to get to a point to where, one, you get to know your partner and what they like. Everybody don't like chocolate, so why am I buying you chocolates? Everybody don't like stuffed animals, so why am I buying you stuffed animals, right? But then again, why do we wait for Valentine's Day to do this type of stuff? That's the real question. Why do we wait for Valentine's Day to get the flowers and to get the chocolates and to get the bears or to get the Gucci bags and all of that stuff? You know what I'm saying? Like, why do we have to wait for a holiday to do that?
Can I say something to that, bro?
Go right ahead.
So the people that, thankfully, I'm surrounded by Black love, so they may be straight couples or whatever, but the couples that are really the strongest, Valentine's Day is a second thought because they have their own Valentine's Day, number one, but number two, it's just a different look. Like, to me, Valentine's is more for the stores and the Hallmark, because it really started out to be a Hallmark to boost their sales. A Hallmark holiday. So, but true love, everybody defines it for themselves. And so when you're in the store, like I understood what this brother was doing, and I thought it was a test, and she failed miserably because there's something else going on in that video. Like, other things. But if you love that person and they're doing the best, everybody's new to the romantic game, or I should say, if you love that person, you have to be kind of patient. And yes, Max, there's that communication. But you think about it with you and your wife, or y'all got your own days you celebrate, really. Like Valentine's Day is like another day, but you have many days in the year as a couple.
Yeah. But you're right, though. Her response was horrible. Because the one thing you don't want to do is walk in and be that materialistic person. Because that's not what Valentine's Day is about. You know what I'm saying? She handled that 100% wrong instead of being appreciative. Because please understand, I can go out and buy my wife a pack of shareable peanut M&Ms and she would be 100% delighted just because I know that's one of her favorite candies.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So the response was 100% incorrect. And those are the people that you got to watch out for. What do you really want in life? You know what I'm saying? When I first met my wife, she was 100% did not ask me for anything. No gifts, no trips, no nothing. The only thing she asked me for was my time. That's it. And
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, is that an age maturity level thing for us? And Rocksteady, chime in on this since you're in our younger
group.
group.
Because she's the youngest.
Yeah, so
and I think she would have a better insight when it comes to the millennials and the younger generation on what this looks like to you all.
Coming from a younger perspective, me myself, I have have an older mindset. I always say I have an old soul. So the whole being chivalrous is like really big to me. But in my past relationships, I know that like I didn't have the funds or the means to go out and buy these expensive things. So I did Valentine's Day in my own way. I'm a painter and I'm a photographer. So that means throughout the year or whatever, or however long we were dating up until Valentine's Day, I'm always taking pictures of my significant, I was always taking pictures of my significant other or drawing things for my significant other and stuff like that. So that's what I did to make Valentine's Day special for my relationship because my significant other knew that those are the things that I did. That's how I spent my time taking pictures and drawing and stuff like that. And then I write personal poems just for my significant other. That's what I did. And then with the last relationship that I was in, she was allergic to flowers and she didn't really like flowers, so flowers were like off the table. So I didn't really have to worry about getting the whole flowers thing. So that part really didn't matter. It's just the fact that I got her this, and then I did this. I did this for her physically.
Okay.
That's really it. But for like other people, I don't understand the whole. I need all of this expensive stuff. That's never been on. That's never been my mindset. Like, oh yeah, you like this bag? Okay, I'll get it for you, but it's not. I'm not gonna make a big thing about it. Like, okay, so for Valentine's Day, I'm gonna go out and buy you this really expensive bag for Valentine's Day. No, it's just called I'm going to save up my money so that when the time comes that I am able to get that bag for you, you will have that bag. And I'm not putting on a show for it for people on the internet.
Yes.
Because that's something between me and my significant other. That's a gift that I got especially for her, not for her in the internet to share. If she wants to share it on the internet, then that's her prerogative. But me doing something big for the internet, that's something that I can personally pass on. I can't speak for anybody else though.
Do you think that puts us that putting it on the internet? Do you think that puts pressure on studs? And I'm talking, we know that, we could group our men in there too, but we're gonna stay on the stud level. Do you think that puts us as studs in a predicament because our partners or girlfriends or wives will see, oh, look what they did for her. They got her a hotel room and they decked it up and they got a bed full of stuff on it. Do you think that those type of showing it on the internet puts pressure on us to also do those things or to spend our money and on high end products?
No.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, go ahead, Max. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Rapid. Go ahead.
I was saying if you got somebody putting pressure on you, it ain't the right one. If somebody is leveling you up in your relationship compared to someone else, that ain't like
You can't compete where you don't compare.
That
Let's
part.
be clear. You can't be in everybody's pockets. And I'll give you an example. Like for myself and my wife, like I really didn't travel as much as I did until I met my wife. Like she's the first person that introduced me to passports and going out of the country and all of that kind of other stuff. You know what I'm saying? And there was another couple who was really close to us, and they would compare. When Trina got a new car, one of them got a new car. When I got a truck, one of them got a car. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. When I went on a trip, we can't go on trips. And it's like you're not in the same field as us. And I need for people to understand that, and this is a disclaimer, people, when me and my wife go on trips, these big trips, it's not like we throwing down like thousands of dollars right in. Mm-hmm. You gonna have to put me on a payment plan. I'm paying $50 a month. Exactly. Like seriously. And I need for people to understand that like this stuff takes planning and it's not to showboat or anything. We like to have a good time. I like to take pictures. I like to see things. I like to experience different things. Mm-hmm. So yes, I'm going to put that on the internet because for one, my family is on there. My closest friends are on there. And I want to share that experience with the people that love me. And if your spouse is comparing my relationship to what y'all got going on and what you doing for that person, it's time for y'all to have a conversation.
Exactly.
It's true. Man, that's facts. never
that you
compare
do
your
have to.
relationship to someone else's because you don't know what's going on off-site. But also, Max, to go back to your traveling with your wife, let me tell you something. And I'm old school, and these new kids, they kind of got me going. But if somebody is doing well, especially someone in your brotherhood, somebody you know, anybody is doing well, just say congratulations and keep it moving. Don't ask, well, how'd y'all do that? How'd you get a new truck? You got a new car? Well, how'd you do that? That's not your business. Say congratulations and keep it going.
Now, I will
And
say
if
this.
somebody,
Let me say this. Let me say this real quick. I might ask you, I'm going to say congratulations, but I might still ask, how do you do that? Because I need to know, not to copy you, but to say, hey, maybe that's a path of financial growth that I don't know nothing about.
and
And I
that's a
feel like that's
Yeah, but
different.
see, that's different. But see, that's a different conversation, Q. That's a different conversation. You have people who are out here asking how you got these things because one, they're
they don't
jealous.
think you're supposed to have it.
Yeah, and you're not supposed to have it.
I
That's
got
the
you.
thing. And I work hard for what I have. Don't get me wrong. I've been one of those type of people that had the 350 credit score, didn't
Oh,
have
yeah.
money in the bank, couldn't get a credit card, couldn't get a loan or nothing. Like my mama co-signed for my cars, my grandmama co-signed for my car. Like that was me. That was the lifestyle I was living. You know what I'm saying? It felt good to walk into a car dealership and have my name and only my name on a vehicle. Yeah, it took me a minute to get there, but I got there. You know what I'm saying?
And I
That's the
think there's some
thing.
people that watch us, that watch and say they look at your relationship and they do. They don't know that that's work. You and Katrina do a lot of work to get to the years that y'all have gotten. It didn't just happen the first day you saw each other. It wasn't like boom, boom, everything fell into place. There was a process. There was some downs, there's some ups. It's a relationship, and for it to be healthy, and I talked about this last week about about a healthy relationship. You have to have those elements, and then or you see them and you grow on them. So I think people need to understand that, and I agree with you. I think Valentine's Day is a very sometimes it gets very out of hand, and I think that's because you haven't
It was
built
meant
a
to be cute.
relationship. Say it again.
It was meant to be cute, but not as serious as people are taking it.
No, and I think that first of all, and it's just me, it's just my opinion. If I'm with you and we girlfriend, we going through the date and stuff like that, and Valentine's happens to fall while we're dating, please understand, if you are okay, well, if you are not allergic to flowers, you will get flowers. It might, because I'm not buying no damn Gucci nothing. If we dating,
It's
oh
a
no,
Nazi
no.
company anyway.
And okay, here's a question.
It's a Nazi company.
Here's a question. Gifts for us. Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about the gifts for us,
Because
man.
yeah,
Go ahead.
and I will say it because I'm single. Your coochie, it's not a gift.
Definitely
It's
not
not a
not
gift.
the only
Why?
gift you should
Why,
receive.
bud?
Exactly. Now
Why?
I understand I should receive it, but let's put it in a whole different environmental look.
Because you
Don't give me the same t-shirt that you had on, same pajamas. Give me some lingerie. Okay? Pull out that lingerie that's in the back of the drawer that you ain't
want some
used. I
lingerie?
ain't seen it since the second date that we had 4 years ago. Some of y'all, that was last week, but moving up on it. All right? But if I'm dating you, I do not think we have to be very understanding what Valentine's Day means to us if we're dating. If you are my girlfriend and you just became my girlfriend, we need to have that conversation. See, it's different with Max. Max has been in marriage. She knows what Valentine's Day means. So she can't go and talk about, well, here we are, with the cucumbers on eyelids and stuff.
No,
No.
Valentine's Day is just another day because you have to understand that we show love and appreciation 365. So Valentine's Day is just another day for us. It's just another day to express our love and stuff. So
Yeah.
no, I'm not into the gift. I don't need the gifts. I don't need them. But yeah,
You don't want the bed full of gifts of the Gucci shoes and the
I'm
Jordans and the
saying
t-shirts.
for me personally, I don't need the gifts for me personally.
Yeah.
But if we are on that page to where we're exchanging gifts, then yes, I'm expecting something and not just pussy. I mean, we're exchanging something tangible, whatever. And that's the thing. You know what I like. You know what shoe size I wear. You know what smells good on me. You know what I'm saying? You know what my shirt size is. Like, let's be thoughtful.
I heard a guy say, spend the amount of money on me that you want me to spend on you.
Agree.
I think that guys are coming into, and I'm using this from a straight male perspective. This statement was made by, and I think he had that concept that women are expecting the masculine presenting women as well as males to spend, let's just say, $300-400 on them, and then they can spend $50-60 on us. My concept is, if that's what my gift that I would want, that you want to give me, is $50, $60, or $30, then I'm gonna be okay with that. Okay,
because that means Chito, I want
it's something that if it's something that I'm gonna like, and that it's from your heart, I'm okay with that. If I feel like I want to spend $300-400 on my woman, then that's a choice that I make. But I also think there's a growth understanding of why we're at that level, and I don't think gift giving on any level with your partner should be based on a dollar amount, if that makes sense.
Yes, because what your partner likes may not require that money. Like, you go by what you know your partner, and you go by what they like. And a good partner is not looking to please nobody but the person they're with.
And to that part is like, it's also about communication. Communicate with your partner your likes and your dislikes, because what you like and what your partner likes could be two totally different price ranges. So they may not have to spend that much money on you. Because I'm not a materialistic person. I don't need the Gucci. I don't need the Gucci belt. I don't need the Balenciaga. I don't need none of that. If you want to go buy me a pair of Chucks and a nice little short set or something like that, I'll be fine. Because I always like clothes. I like clothes and shoes. I'll let that be known. I like clothes and shoes, but I don't need the expensive clothes and I don't need the expensive shoes.
Exactly.
Right.
And I'm like, look, I was about to say, I know how. Look, I'm down for things that if you feel the need to put me in a Gucci shirt, by all means, don't let me stop. You feel like I need to be put in some Gucci shoes, by all means, do it. I am down for that. I am not gonna say no. But well, is that a requirement to be with me? No. I'm a pretty simple person.
I need to know what size shoe Max wear, because I know you can't wear all them tennis shoes. You wear 8 men's?
Shit. I wear a 9. First of all, I wear a 9. But
little thing.
I wear a 9 in men's. But shit. I'm materialistic as fuck.
Because you got a sneaker collection. I know you got some 8s in there, bro.
Listen, but here's the thing. There was a point where I wasn't materialistic. Okay. There was a point where you would catch me in some Walmart shoes, some Walmart pants, and a Walmart t-shirt, for real. I didn't get bougie until I got with my wife.
I was forced to go to Walmart. I never shopped in Walmart in my life until this last person, because Macy's, Belks. Yeah, so I know George. I can tell you the brand, George.
Yeah, George. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't like to shop there no more. Praise Jesus.
Yeah, but I'm bougie now. Like, I'm bougie around the house. Yeah, I still wear my Walmart sweats and my t-shirts, my Hanes t-shirts and stuff like that. But when I'm out, you gonna find me in some J's.
All right. I mean, I think that
I got these Stacey Adams. I'm like tap dancing like the bishop. I ain't got no J's.
I got some Stacey Adams too.
Church shoes. My boss,
please understand, I got a badass suit collection too.
Oh yeah. I think most of us have started really building as you get to a level in your career, your education, and then your goals, and your personal life with relationships. Whether you're single, coming out of a relationship, or especially if you're coming out of a relationship, you are going to do a whole, I guess, scrub down, not really reinvent yourself, but really look at where you've been, what you've come through, the healing process of being not in a relationship, whether it was good or bad breakup. You're going through all of that. So I do think that we always level up. Always we leveling up. you know, every time, and if we stay in a relationship, we leveling up that relationship. Where y'all were, you know, y'all was eating oodles and noodles when y'all first got together. Y'all stayed in a 1-bedroom apartment. Now, guess what? We got a 3-bedroom home that we now own. We've now got, both of us got good credit, those things. So I think that as you go, yes, your taste is going to also be able to grow as well. Yes, you was eating oodle noodles, wanting that Gucci, but you said, okay, I'm gonna get there. That day is gonna come. I think some of the mistakes that we make in relationships, and I'm gonna say this on a stud level, is that we give false expectations. Because you saw me in the club popping bottles does not mean that I can do that every single weekend, or I do that every single day. Sometimes it's just I saved up because of what that day meant when I was hanging out, and you caught that and you saw that. And unfortunately, we all know everything that glitters ain't gold. That doesn't mean I'm a shitty person or I'm broke. It just means that this particular moment was for a particular, I saved up, I did what I needed to do, I hustled, you know, did whatever I want so that I could parlay and ball like I wanted to. So we have to also think of that. Have you all seen this show called Myth Mansion? It's where the older women are looking for a younger person. Well, the men that they bring to this island or mansion are the other women's sons. So it's like, if I'm an older person, right? Then let's say I'm a feminine woman, they select me, I'm a mom, then Alexander would be one of the gentlemen that one of the ladies can date, which is my son, Alexander, because he's 20, you know, something. And
I
so
didn't hear about that.
it's interesting. I've only seen the commercials, okay? And the reason why I bring it up is because there's one commercial where a mother, an African-American mother, is talking with her African-American son about this non-African-American woman who is trying to holler at her son. And the statement that she makes with the woman in front of her, the lady comes in, she tells her son, well, it's interesting how she was just sleeping with such and such, but now she want to holler at you. She keeps you, like, she wants to go everywhere with you, but she's not sleeping with you. She's sleeping with somebody else. So the non-African American woman makes the statement, I can't believe he talks to his mother. Now, if you know where I'm going with this, then you know where I'm going with this. The reason why I made it very distinctly about the color races of the people is because I strongly feel that us as African Americans, we will talk to our mama. You know, and if we dating somebody that's in her age range or someone that she sees or someone that she knows, we know that our mama, we can tell our mamas about our dating situations, and then they will also look out for us. And I think that there's something that was very distinct in that piece that let me know. First of all, it's an odd show. I think it's very odd to do something like that, but it's interesting to see how these young men who are interested in older women are finding some of the women are like their mother, especially the non-African American ones. They are definitely finding women that are very much like their mother. And I think that that's something I brought that up because I thought it was interesting how the two cultures don't we understand, but this non-African American woman did not understand the conversation that a son and mother have, you know, in a relationship piece. But I thought it was interesting. Just, you know, if you guys got thoughts on it, please express.
Who thought of that show? That's deep.
I don't know, but isn't that kind of wild? Like, I'm sorry. My mother and I are real tight. We tight, y'all. We tight. That's my age, okay? We ain't that tight.
I talked to my mama earlier today.
Like
yeah,
y'all playing on people's fetishes, though. Like you playing on people's fetishes, though. Like you making that entertainment. That's gross to me. I'm sorry.
And I'm sorry. I'm not partying with my mom. Okay. I have in my past, I have been at events and, you know, I went to an Omega party. My mama was there and I turned around and left because I was like, no, I can't do this. Nope. And we're not that far in age. We're 19 years apart. So I understand why we might be in some of the same circles, but no.
So speaking of moms, mm-hmm. I follow this woman on TikTok and she's like this erotica person. Basically, that's how she makes her money, online erotica person. And she said you would be surprised how many men like chat and talk to her, and the number one fantasy that comes up is sons having sex with their mothers. Like these men want this woman to act like their mom. And she said that is her number one request.
Well, you know, as older non-African American people get older, the men start calling their wives mother anyway. So there's a level of that Freudian, what is it, Sigmund Freud kind of concept that a male will revert to being with his mother. That is how he sees his wife now. As they get older, he sees her on that level. I don't think of that as, I'm not saying that's a sexual concept for them, but they put their wives in that mother position, so to speak, as they get older.
How is that psychologically okay?
I don't, yeah.
That's called a after Black History Month conversation.
Okay.
That's how we gonna put that, because I don't know. The key is I don't think that that's in our community like that. I don't think that you're gonna find a guy who wants to sleep with Big Mama. Okay, I'm just putting it out there. I don't think that. I think that they're in the non-African American culture or in society.
That's some BS right there, yo.
There, I think that you're seeing that in there because Sigmund Freud talks about that. And when you look at Sigmund Freud, the biggest thing is he is talking about white people. Okay, he is not talking. When he talks about Black people, he's saying that we're schizophrenic because we talk to Jesus and Jesus talks to us. But you have to understand where he's coming from in his ideology as well.
Right.
Okay, he is the European concept.
That's a compliment considering what other people said about us back then. So
yes. I mean, but that where you're going, Max, that yes, but that's a we gonna
table that.
Yeah, we're gonna table that. But I do think
it's gonna have to be a discussion though, because that and why people don't want to bathe only once every 30 days. That's gonna be on the next thing.
And this could be a reason why I am not gung-ho about dating outside of one side of my family race.
Because I'm gonna tell you, I know from experience, when back in the 80s, when that chick just used the bar soap and I handed her a washcloth and she's like, no, I just need this. And I'm like, you're gonna wipe your butt on the soap? And I went and got a new bag of soap. Yeah, I still did her, but I'm just saying. Anyway. But yeah, that was pretty gross. I was like, damn, you need a washcloth? She was like, no. I'm like, oh.
And
sorry,
I digress. And that right there is why we love Rapid Fire. That is why we love you. Right there. That.
I'm sorry, y'all. I digress.
It's not to be sorry. Because what I say in the beginning, this is a safe zone, baby. You express however you feel. We are not judgmental over here. We love it all. I mean, it don't mean it's our cup of tea or whatever, but hey, I'm like this. And I'm very serious about the fact that, and I'm not saying I wouldn't date outside my race, but baby, in today's society, that's a rough.
So my question is, do you consider Puerto Rican and Dominicans dating out of
absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I consider you, and I can't even really say dating outside of my race because I have non-African American, I have European in my background. So therefore, I really am still dating in my race, but I choose to date the more darker versions of my race than the lighter version, like the whiter version of my race. There you go. Of my family.
Just like women's. Like the women's.
And I like the women's, but I feel like I haven't touched all of the women of my color scheme right now. So I'm gonna stick with the ones that have a little melanin in them for a while. I don't think I'll get through them all before my day is done, So
I just want them to have their own hair and no long eyelashes. I don't think that's asking. That's another topic.
Anyway. And let's go there because I am like this. I will say this. I do not care how you get long hair, ladies. I don't care if you weave it, glue it, sew it, pat it, put a cap, whatever the cap thing is, a weave cap, wave cap, put it on there. I don't care. It does not bother me.
Q says, as long as you tie it down tight, so when I pull it, it don't come off.
Amen.
So you're saying your unicorn has to have long hair?
She doesn't have to. It's
sexy.
I have decided there are times when short hair is warranted. I think that's fine. Colors, absolutely not. I'm not a color person.
Oh,
I don't need blue. Don't match my aura colors, please. I don't need you to match your aura colors if we happen to be in the same, if we're Greek. I don't know. No, I need the basics. Brown. You can even do blonde if it works for you. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with that. But no, I'm not into the, the green and the orange and the blue. I'm too old. I think that's what it is. I'm too old.
It looks good from afar, but once it's in your face, it's like, why am I looking at a highlighter?
And then when that shit go out
That's
after 2
that's
weeks, it's
that's
like,
me
what
though.
the hell?
It's not my thing. Now, if there's a purpose for it, like if she does modeling or she's a brand ambassador, she does something in media and she needs to have, I totally get it. I'm down for whatever you got to do, make your money, do your thing. But just to be out and about, nah, green is just not gonna
And
work.
your hair pink, I can't do it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But what if she's fine? Like
If
her
she
hair
fine,
just
fine,
perfectly cascades properly over a pillow.
I can't take her home to meet my mama, so therefore she can't be we can kick it. We can be friends with benefits.
But your mom's gonna talk shit.
But I can't
definitely gonna
wife
talk
you
shit.
with that
Mom's definitely
hair.
gonna
I
talk
can't wife.
shit.
Not my mama. My mama. No, not my. No, not my mama.
So we would say no to Megan Thee Stallion with pink hair.
Thank you, Max.
No,
Thank you, Max.
we would not.
We would say no to Megan Thee Stallion with pink hair.
Thank you, Max.
I just saw a commercial with I believe that's who Megan is in the cover, the makeup commercial with the black hair. I'm down for that, and I'm not gonna say no.
That's not what we said.
Hair.
That's not what we talking about.
But see,
you gonna say no.
Fine. Max heard me.
That's
you
different.
Gonna say no. You gonna say no.
No,
Megan Thee Stallion with pink hair.
No,
I'm gonna tell Meg, let's go change your hair color, and then we gonna go out somewhere. That's me. You got all these wigs, and you got the pink hair right now. I know you got a black or brown or blonde one at home. Let's go put that one on, and then we're gonna go out.
Okay,
that's me.
And then when you get ready to get back on the stage, baby girl, you can rock.
Do what you need to do.
I'll be there to catch the hair if you snap it off your head.
Do what you need to do. That's your stage personality, but your home personality is not pink hair.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna tell Meg, go ahead. Let's go ahead and go out with that pink hair. Do you know why?
How mad you are?
Do you know why? Because one, she fine. Number two, she gonna be the breadwinner for real. And yes, I'm gonna be your bitch. You absolutely right.
Meg is fine, but I know she's fine with that black hair too.
But if she decides to wear that pink and we gonna go out, I'm gonna have her go out with that pink because I ain't telling her shit. I need my allowance for the week.
Not the allowance for the
Max.
week.
Oh Lord.
Max, it don't even have to at this rate for me, it ain't even gotta be Meg Thee Stallion. If she got a little change, I don't care if she make like $20 an hour. If she fine. I'll hold the wig for her.
Just a fucking slut.
She gotta have
a fucking slut.
Look, I noticed that y'all keep saying she's fine, but y'all keep saying she gotta have her own money. Y'all keep saying she's fine.
I said she can make whatever, but yeah. We're not doing. I'm sorry, we're not doing that. I'm trying to buy a house. I can't.
See, there's some levels there. She can be fine, but what she got to make sure she bring. First of all, she need her own apartment. Does not understand what a U-Haul is.
No, she got to get her own apartment. It takes at least 7-8 months to run a security clearance. No.
Oh, it do.
Yeah. Okay. She got to get her own.
I like that security clearance thing. That we gonna talk about that. I might have names I need you to run through the. Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying from back in the day, but I know a few police officers.
And then you know what? And it's interesting that you bring that up because do you think that's important to know the person's to know, would you really run a background check on somebody you're talking to?
I will now.
I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying
I should have before, but yeah, I will definitely will now. Yeah.
But what are you looking for? What are you looking for when you run it? Are you looking for if they've done fraud, wrote bad checks, ever been to jail?
Confirm their stories and actually who they are, number one. But yeah, if you come to me and say now, one person, she's a realtor, this, that, and the other. So I've been able to confirm some things, but some other stuff you say, not that I would hire someone, but I'm paying attention and listening. Mm-hmm. So even when I'm in the goofy phase, I just have to pay attention. So that's my way of saying, now, if it came down to we're going to be joint on something, oh yeah, Absolutely. Absolutely.
I
But
wonder
then you
about
know
that.
more based on how that person moves. So there's a lot that I don't excuse anymore. So it's very difficult for me.
And is that because is that because of our experience now that we've gotten to that point where we look a little bit deeper, we don't just take you for everything that you say? Is that because and I'm asking this because Rocksteady, you're young, but you're not, let me put it this way, you're young, but are you young in how you approach relationships going forward?
Good question.
Going forward, I'm not young minded no more going into relationships because yeah, it's all about communication. I'm real big on communication, and like rapid fire said, I listen a lot. I can talk to you, but I'm also listening to what you have said now and then what you have said in the past when we were in the talking phase. So if we're now dating and what you said in the talking phase is not adding up, I want to talk about it. But if you don't want to talk about it, that means you have some discrepancy somewhere that we need to discuss.
And they gotta go.
Like yeah,
And
we
they
like
gotta
it's some
go.
things that we need to discuss because it's like now I don't like I'm halfway to 30. I still can't believe that, but I'm halfway to 30
Ooh.
now. So I'm just like now I'm at a point
Good Lord.
where like I'm at a point where now I know exactly what I'm looking for. I know what I'm not looking for in a relationship. So going forward, whenever I do decide to get into another relationship, I know what I'm looking for, what I'm not looking for, what I will accept and what I won't accept, and what's a hard pass. If I already see it, it's already a no.
Do
And
you
if we
okay?
can't
So
talk
are you
about it,
feeling
then
like?
no.
I mean, I don't know if you're dating or if you're looking to date, but what is it like out there for you? Because I know it's shitty out here for me. But what's it out there? Is it better for you because of your age? Because right now I'm just not happy. But
Please.
what you
Great
seeing?
question. Please.
Um, Me, I'm
Lord.
dating myself. I'm dating myself right now.
Okay,
I'm
okay,
dating myself.
okay,
I'm getting to know myself because like in the past, I was always in a relationship because back then I was in back-to-back relationships because I was going in young minded.
okay.
So I was letting a lot of stuff slide. But now that I'm older and I'm going into the thought of being in a relationship more mature, I'm going in looking and asking questions about things that are hard no's and a yes for me in my relationship. That and I like older women, so I don't know what
Mhm.
to do with that. I
Can I
don't
say
know what to do
something?
about that. I
Interesting,
like older
interesting.
women.
Because you can have all the ones I done met. You can have mom. You can have
Ah,
mom. You can have mom. I don't know what it is because people think I'm not my age. I don't. I look older, but I'm not. I don't look the age that I really am. So older women who are my age, I hate to say it like that, but the women who are my age want to talk to me, but then they want to. They think they have to take care of me. And it's a different kind of take care. They feel like they got to go. Well, let me buy you a phone. I got a phone.
well, that's
Let
how I
me
got
let me
you.
do this. Like I don't need you to pay my bills. I don't need you to buy me a phone. I don't need you to buy me a car. I don't need that. There's other things that I need that I'm looking for, but I need you to have. What I need you to
Yeah,
have is your own car, your own phone, and your own place to lay your head because you can't do it over here. I got one crazy. I don't need to. Okay, I'm already a lot. And then I got Lucci. We're good in the single home right now. But I do look at it like I think I look at the older women. I don't. I have a hard time relating to the older.
It's difficult. I'm speaking to someone who's a little younger than me because I'm 58. And she sound old as I don't know what. And I was like, so when I talked to her, I was like, ooh. So when I try to date women my age, their ginger, like meaning like, oh, my need is this. And I'm like, yo, I'm not there yet.
Okay, so
Like
you meeting the same kind of women I mean, and they got ailments. And I ain't nothing wrong with
ailments.
ailments. I ain't nothing wrong with ailments. I got some Bengay. I'll rub you down. I ain't got no problem. I got
But
some
it's not gonna
Epsom
stop
salt.
me from doing stuff. Like, yo, when I'm ready to go, we're gonna catch this flight. We're gonna go to Universal Studios. You there?
And then they
Oh,
be
I'm
talking about,
like,
well, but I can't walk that
right.
far. We cannot hang
Yo,
then, baby.
then I guess I'll see you when I get back in town. Cause
yeah.
I
I like going on walks. Ain't nothing wrong with a good walk for with me. I like going on walks.
But see, they
yeah,
don't. They don't like to do the walks because they
some of them
knees hurt, they hip
they
hurt, they
think because
back
they
hurt.
cooking. That's
Yeah.
yeah. You ain't gonna get me with the cooking or the money. Cause Yeah.
Now, you might get me with the cooking. I'm not gonna. Don't listen to rapid fire on that,
My
ladies, because if you cooking,
I like
That's
food.
how
I'm a
they
little on
get
the
you,
turkey
dude.
side. I'm on the
No,
turkey
that's how
side
you
for a
get you.
reason.
The next thing you sitting at home with the heating pad.
That's
No.
fine.
Uh,
Look, I
I'm
would
not
rub.
I'm not as
Look,
chunky as I used to be, but I like food.
you know, and now
Yo,
I don't rub
I'm
feet. I
sweating.
don't
I
rub
smell
feet,
like
but I will
food.
get that heating pad out if you cooking. If you can throw down in the kitchen, baby. Like this one, they say, if you making gravy from scratch, holla at me.
All right.
Woo.
So you're right, because I got a heating pad and a blanket if they
You
need
don't
it. So,
know.
but
Look, I
I'm
got
trying
a
to
little
stay away.
massager thing. They
Yeah.
heat up too. It go on your back. Don't play with me. Come on
I'm
now.
trying to
I
be
got a heating
sensible.
pad. I got a few knee braces. I got a wrist brace. Like, what's up? I got problems
She's
myself.
ready.
I got problems
Yo,
myself. If I need a break, we can take a break.
yo.
There you
These
go. There you go.
these young bros are SOP. They are way ahead of the game. They are fire. She got
Now you
everything.
know.
They
Y'all
got
know.
Like
they
Okay, so
I got
what
my
do you,
own knee and back problems. I can help.
so
I
tell
ain't
me, what is
man.
the difference? This is gonna be our last one right here. What is the difference between a pillow princess and submissive? Is there a difference?
There's a big difference. There is
Big
a big
difference.
Tell
difference.
us. Tell us,
Because I don't know.
L-wise youngster.
So as most of us in the lesbian community, a pillow princess is a lady who just likes who likes to get stuff done to her. She don't want to return nothing at all. She don't want to return nothing. She just want everything done for her to her. That's it. Once she done, then the event is done.
Oh,
That's a
okay.
pillow princess. Once she done, the event is done. Yeah, you ain't getting
Ooh.
nothing else from her. But a submissive is a person that you're willingly going into a relationship slash contract with. And that you're going into a relationship slash contract with that says like, hey, I want to be that person for you to say that let me how can I put this? That person is basically saying that, hey, I want to be this person for you. I want to be this person for you. I like to do these. This is a list of things that I like. This is a list of things that I don't like in bed and outside of bed. I want to. I would like to do these things for you. You're not making me do anything, but this is what I want to do for you.
So in essence, the
That's good.
pillow princess does absolutely nothing, but a submissive will do you as well as allowing you to do her.
Yes,
And which is better?
The
I would
submissive.
It
say
depends. It
a
depends
submissive
on
is
what
better.
you like, though. It depends on what you like and what you're comfortable with, because you do have a lot of touch me not studs out here that
And I
don't
used to be
want
one
to
of
be,
them, but I grew out of it.
yeah, that don't want to be touched. They don't want no type of penetration, no head, no nothing. Those are the ones that seek the pillow princess.
Mhm.
Those, they are perfect match. You know what I'm saying? And then
Hmm.
you have those that want the submissive people, the ones that I want to tell you what to do. I want to tell you how you can please me. That type of thing. So it just depends on what you like, what your appetite is, all of that stuff. You know, ain't
So
nothing wrong with it. It's just your preference.
Right.
interesting. So I
That was
think
because I didn't know. I was like, "Ooh, okay.
now, is it okay for us as studs to be submissive?
Yeah, why not?
It's just
I
someone
mean,
you
because
said because
there's
we're
that
still
thing of,
women.
I got to be hard, she a femme and I'm stud, I'm masculine, identified, all
But
of that
that
toxicness
I think
is
we
that
talked about this before with these damn gender roles.
mm,
Like there's no rule book to this. There is no rule book to this. Like, why are we putting stereotypes and labels on things? Like, why is it so bad for a stud to moan and call her girl's name while she getting head?
See, that's our community though,
Who said
Max.
that was a pussy move or a bitch
Right.
move? You know
That's
what
if
I'm
our
it is,
saying?
community.
look, if it
Cause
is, I'm okay with it.
no, like, let's be clear. Like,
Yes,
let's be clear. Watch porn. Watch porn. And I'm not talking about the stage stuff. Watch the amateur shit.
yes,
Because there is no fucking way you will see men moaning, and like when they come, like they moan, they call their wife's name or their girl's name, like they become what y'all call bitch mode. Like they do that. Like who says that that's wrong?
And the new
Now,
thing is the Amazon position. So it's like if a man can do that, then like what's wrong with us? Like, why is there that boundary on us?
and here's another thing. What is so wrong with watching porn with your partner?
There
That's
is
another thing.
nothing. There's
You don't
nothing
want to
wrong
make
with
that look.
watching porn with or without your partner. There's nothing wrong with it. You just have to understand that for one, people do get addicted to that stuff. Don't get me wrong. There are people who are addicted to porn and sex and all
Mhm.
of that kind of other stuff. I get that. But there's nothing wrong with watching porn. People, there are things that get people in the mood. Some people like erotica, like books. You know what I'm saying? That turns people on. Hell, some
I
people
think
get turned on by watching Holly Berry and Monsters Ball getting banged out by Billy Bob Thornton. Like shit.
I think a film reading erotic, stories, that is a major turn on, because there's some amazing books out there that you can get that got some amazing stories. And for me, I just, for a film, my partner or the person I'm with to read those, just like us, just in our own little space, and she's reading those, is just, that is a big turn on to me,
Yeah.
major turn on.
With the erotica, that's where the fantasies come alive because you don't get to see it. You have to read it and make it up in your head.
Mm-hmm.
Because then
And it'll look how you
they're
want, because it can look different to different people. So that's why, yeah, that's an awesome point, man.
Yeah, and I think that's why I like Speak Fire so much every year, because you have the femmes and you have the studs and you have the trans people who read this erotic poetry and these erotic short stories, and just listening to the depth of it. You know what I'm saying? No matter where it's coming from, it's erotica, and it's like it turns you on no matter who's reading it, because
Yeah.
from a stud's point of view, like you're reading it from a stud's point of view, I can see that shit. Like I can feel what you're saying, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And when a film is reading that shit, like, damn, bitch, you want to do that shit to me? Like, hold up. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I think we need more of that in our community. That's just me personally. I think we need more of that in our community.
You know what, Max? I don't know how we got away from it. So I'm thankful that I was in New York during the times like we had you still have Oscar Wilde, but you had gay and lesbian bookstores. And so erotica was something in my 20s and 30s I had access to because I was in New York. And so we even had it was one called Dykes. It was like a series and a cartoon book, but it's like, it was really important. I even have stories published online. And it's like, I don't know how we got away from that, respecting our sexuality, to enforcing all of these rules and not embracing our sexuality.
I don't think it's because people, I think there's that level of vulnerability. As a masculine, people forgot that you can't be, they go, oh, you are masculine, so you can't be vulnerable. No, that's, how else am I supposed to be intimate with someone? There was like a phase in time where there was no intimacy. It was fucking, period. That's all that was happening. There wasn't that intimacy. And now people are trying to bring that back. And you have these studs or masculine presenting people that are like, oh, I can't be vulnerable. I can't let her see. I can't lift my leg. Let me tell you, man, you got to be able to be, first of all, you got to be comfortable with yourself. And I think that's a lot of the issue too, is that there are a lot of studs that are not comfortable with their own presentation. And so once you get comfortable with your body and you like what you have, your boobs and your ass and hips, and you just go, hey, this is what I got to work with. Then I think once you become comfortable, you are able to be vulnerable. I also think that when you find the right person to allow you to be who you want to be and allow those fantasies that you have to come in place. But guess what? That comes with trust. I'm going to use Max and Katrina. They've been together for a long time. They've built that trust. They know each other's, they know, yes, some new things might develop, but it develops together with them.
Right.
Whereas they came to the table with two different fantasies, right? But once they learned each other, her fantasy became Katrina's fantasy became Max's fantasy, and now each time they grow from there. But they had to learn to trust, and Katrina allowed Max to be vulnerable, and Max allowed Katrina to be vulnerable. There are times when we only allow our film partner to be vulnerable, and we won't be vulnerable. So that's why I believe that the viewpoint of the erotica from a stud perspective is not being told anymore, because first of all, we not bringing that in. We've lost that understanding, that intimacy. Those words, those stories bring intimacy to another relationship, to someone else's relationship when you read it. And I think that's where we are now. And I think that's where we have to start. One, there's so much, once again, there's so much pee in the dating pool. It is ugly out here. But there are some people that, I'm telling you, it's pretty shitty. But there are some people who are not playing games and who are building good and healthy relationships. And hopefully they got friends or sisters. Please pass them on to us who are also looking for healthy relationships.
Asking them, what's your grandmama name and where she live?
Oh Lord.
What's your grandmama name? What's your daddy name? My daddy's 47.
I'm gonna start running background checks with my brother here as I meet people, because man, sometimes and don't get me wrong, I have been on a few dates that have been very nice. I've met some really nice people, but they are just not for me. And in my beginning conversation should not be about how much money I make in my credit score. I'm sorry. Don't get me wrong. I feel like, yes, that is a conversation that is needed. It just ain't needed on my first date.
Not now.
Yeah, not on my first date.
Not first date.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you don't even know if I want to be bothered with you, Trick.
And I'm very transparent about my financial. And in fact, I tell people I work for nonprofit. That should tell you how much I make enough to keep the lights on and enjoy my life. Period. But that's what I chose to do.
And
I can always pick up.
Dog.
Look, I can always choose to make some more money. That's never a problem, right? But I think that people need we need to not have that conversation so beginning.
No, get to know me first. You don't need to know all of that.
Yeah. That's why I'm having somebody boo-booed somebody boo-booed.
So let me pay this check and get on about my business. That's what I'm gonna do.
You know? And no, I'm not buying your children dinner. If I take you out, I'm taking you out. No.
What's that song? Fuck them kids.
And I like kids, but if I didn't invite your kids to the dinner, to go out with us, then no, I'm not. And I've watched those videos too. Where the dude, and I've watched the video where dude wouldn't pay the bill. He was like, "We're gonna go Dutch on this," and it was because the girl wasn't giving up no ass, and she was videotaping it, talking about. So you mean to tell me you gonna make me pay for my meal because I'm not giving you no ass? That dude stood right. Yes,
yep.
That is what. Yes,
I already told you this is the fucking side of the menu right here. So don't order from this side.
But my thing is
side. You want a hamburger?
When did we decide that a dinner date was an invitation to fuck me? Like seriously, like it is not an invitation for you to fuck me. Clearly, you asked me out because there was something that you liked about me, whether it was physical, mental, or whatever, right? And yes, there are people who do have sex on the first date. It happens, okay? But it is not written in the rule book that if you take me out to dinner and you spend this amount of money, that I'm supposed to give up the draws. No.
I agree.
No, because my thing is that here's the thing. If you take me to an expensive restaurant and you tell me to get whatever I want, right? I'm going to get whatever I want. I'm an expensive bitch. I like steak. I like lobster. I like crab legs. I like king crab legs. I don't like snow crab, but king crab. Yes, I'm going to get that because you said I can get whatever I want. Exactly. That was not an invitation for you to get my coochie. I'm sorry. It's not. And if you can't afford it.
The dudes are saying now. The dudes are like, if I take you out and I spend money on you for dinner, there's that concept that apparently we're gonna sleep together. And
if all it took for you to get in my pants was a dinner date, then our relationship will never work anyway. It will never work anyway because for one, you're gonna think that I'm easy and all it's gonna take is for dinner for you to fuck me.
Now I will say this: if the sexual tension is thick between you and her, that is different.
That's different, but we're talking about an expectation that if you pay for dinner, I'm supposed to have sex with you, and that is not necessarily the case.
No.
Yes, we could have connection. Yes, there could be fireworks, and yes, I may want to sleep with you, and yes, I may sleep with you, but I am not obligated to sleep with you just because you bought me a fucking bone-in ribeye.
Exactly. But I think,
Cooked to
and
a perfect
unfortunately,
medium rare.
with I think that there is that. I think there is that. And I'm finding that like that's the thing. It's like, and then there's also that piece where if I invite you to dinner, um, and this just something I actually ended up learning, I probably need to pick the restaurant because she will pick the restaurant she's never been to that costs $1 million for 2 little olives and some olive oil and a piece of bread.
But if you ask the person out, you should be planning the date anyway.
But see, now I have done this where I have actually asked someone out and then said, hey, where do you want to go? Big mistake. Big mistake.
No, you never ask where do you want to go. You ask what type of foods do you like to eat? Because because my favorite food is tacos. You could take me to any Mexican restaurant, any taco stand, as long as the tacos are good and I can get my guacamole and my hot sauce on the side, I'm going to be a happy camper, right? If I know that you like seafood, let's just say my budget ain't what it's supposed to be. I'm not taking you to Juicy Crab. I'm taking you to the Juicy King Crab or whatever down the street, or Crawfish King or whatever it is. Like I just need to know. You know what I'm saying? Maggiano's or Olive Garden is going to depend on my wallet.
Exactly. I like that Maggiano's, man. That's
good. But you know what? You got to have the paper for that. And that doesn't mean you don't have it. You got to be willing to spend it. You got to be willing to do that. And I think that there's levels of when you're dating, and I'm finding this out as well, there's levels of when I'm dating, because I might go to Maggiano's because I want to go there. See, now I do that. Now I do the piece where it's not really, I hate to say it like this. It's I'm gonna ask you what it is. I'm gonna ask you like what do you like to eat? And then I'm gonna base it on, hey, she said she liked tacos. Well, and I'll be like, have you ever been here? If she's never been there and I have, and I know it's good, that's where we go. Yeah. Like there's a little place called Tacos and Tequila on Ponce de Leon. Amazing. Very good Mexican food.
I love Bar Taco. Bar Taco is my ultimate favorite.
Ooh, I gotta put that on my list when I go.
Yeah, so I mean,
pork bellies, their pork belly taco.
I had some good pork belly the other day. Awesome.
I've been trying. Walmart is.
Maggiano's. Oh, sorry.
That's what's sad is that I try to get pork belly from the Walmart so I can do the little Chinese.
No, you cannot get pork belly from the Walmart.
You guys have the Chinese groceries there, right?
Go to the Chinese grocery. Go to the Asian grocery store.
That's what
or the Mexican grocery, either one.
Or the Mexican grocery store. Yeah.
I'm gonna start going. I saw something. People got to nowadays. I think that because of our money, you got to be wise how you spend it. And so I feel like people are now doing more than one grocery store. You're doing a little bit at this grocery store.
You have to though.
Places for your meats and stuff. Like here in Alabama, you got to go different places. Like you may get other stuff from Walmart. Like you got to go to about 3-4 stores nowadays. Because I don't trust the meat at Walmart or not even Publix. I'd rather, Publix, but.
I'm trying to find a meat market. I used to go to a meat market over off of Moreland and Wiley in that area, and it's gone. And that is sad for me because that was a small, Black-owned business. Mom and pops had been there forever, and they had amazing stuff. They did great. I thought they did, they had great meats. So now I'm trying to find another place that I can go to. And I like cooking.
How about this? How about all of us just shut the fuck up and we buy land, get us a farm, and raise our own goddamn animals and grow our own goddamn shit so we don't have to go to the fucking grocery store. How about that? Why don't we do that?
All the pork belly we want. That's what I'm talking about. That's my retirement game. That's my retirement game.
Because you know what? I saw on TikTok where these group of friends, I think it's like 4 couples, they purchase a cow and they kill the cow, butcher it, and they split the meat, and the meat lasts them for a whole year. Like crazy.
Yeah,
and it's like $4,000 for the whole cow, right? So they only put in $500 a piece. $1,000 a piece, and then they got meat for the whole year.
But think about that. If you think about what you spend on meat in a whole year versus what you would do.
Is that what a cow costs?
Yeah.
My friend in New Mexico, they have a farm up in Las Cruces, and they do that. They'll slaughter a cow for the year, and the steaks, the way they cut them, the steaks overflow on the plate, and then you got to get your potatoes and everything else in another bowl.
That's what we did. But that's what we did in the country. You kill one cow, one pig, that was your meat for the whole, that was your beef and your pork for the whole year. And of course you had your chickens and stuff. You know what I'm
And you just
saying?
go to your
So
freezer. You go to the meat market, dude. He have your stuff in the freezer, marked for your family. Your family just come and get what they need, and
yeah.
that's how we. But you know what? We got out of that when our elders passed. Like with my uncles, my great uncles and stuff, when they passed, we stopped doing that. We don't even do that anymore. You know, I think we got
But do
where
you
we're
know
not
why
so
though?
advanced.
Do you know why though?
Mm-mm.
Because the white man let us in their grocery store. They desegregated everything. You have to remember when segregation was going on, when it was
We were stronger
100%
people.
black and
Yes.
white on opposite sides of the train tracks, right? We
Mm-hmm.
had to do things our way. We had to do things how our ancestors did, right? So we had to cure our meat. We had to grow. We had to cultivate. We had to do those things. But when the white man desegregated us, now we can go into the grocery stores and buy the meats. And we forgot how to garden. We forgot how to farm. We
Mm-hmm.
forgot how to do those things because now the white man took those skills away from us because we have convenience now. We have
Yes,
the grocery stores now.
I
We
agree with
stopped
that.
doing that.
I agree with that.
That's why.
Do y'all know how to grow a garden? Because I'll
Yes,
see.
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Do you?
Absolutely.
Okay, then I'll be contacting you then
Yeah,
because
because that
Absolutely. Because
we can do.
Killer Mike said it best. Killer Mike said it best. You can't have no fucking revolution if you don't know how to grow your own vegetables, if you don't know how to raise your own animals, and you don't know how to fight, like fist fight, like fight,
yeah,
combat, not
yes,
Mhm.
shoot, but
combat,
combat.
yeah.
Like you can't be a part of a revolution if you can't do those things because you have to remember, how do you take down people? You take away their resources,
Take away their
right?
money and their
You
resources.
take
That's
away their resources. So at some point, if they really wanted to destroy us as Black people, they'll get
Mhm.
rid of the clean water like they did in
Big
Flint,
Jackson,
Michigan,
and
like
Mhm.
they
that's a
did in
Big
Flint,
Jackson.
Michigan,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
They'll stop. They'll get rid of the lights. We won't.
Mhm.
We no longer have electricity. They'll start making it to where we are
Texas.
unable to purchase produce because it's so high. Because you got to remember,
Everywhere.
we don't make as much as our white counterparts.
That
I
is
am
true.
in the same position as Susan right here, but she's making about 20% more than my salary because she's a white woman, right?
Exactly.
So we
So
have to
she
think
can
about
afford the foods to keep her healthy, as opposed
exactly. So
to
we so
the
we have
worst foods for us are the cheapest, and that's
exactly.
what
So
I'm.
we have to think about all that stuff. Why is it that Black people don't have land? We will be
Alabama doesn't.
quick. We will be quick to purchase a box Chevy. We will be quick to put money into a pyramid scheme. We will be
Mhm.
quick to put money into a neti pot. Like we will be quick to put our money into Newport 100s in a box.
Yep.
Let's be clear. But we will not give our brothers and sisters money. We will not stack our bread for one another to purchase land, the most economically sound purchase you can make as a person, land.
Yep. And there's so much of it right now, and it's so cheap
It's
right now.
crazy. Do
I was.
you know what we can do with land? Do you know how much power is behind land?
And it's not even like I looked at some land in Kentucky. I'm not a big fan of Kentucky, but guess what? There's land in Kentucky, and there's land that has nothing on it, and they're selling it for like dirt cheap. It's like super cheap amounts, and it's ridiculous the amount of that they're selling it for. And I looked at even in where else was it? Was it Arkansas? I looked at some land there in Oklahoma. All three of those areas are kind of undeveloped, and they have lots of land out, and they're just looking for people to just be on it. It's like if you don't want to be in this country, there's places you can go that will pay you to live in their country now
Yeah,
because
Yeah.
their population is so low. I mean, there's one they got but 50 people, and they're paying like 6,600. What is it? No, $60,000. They give you a house, $60,000, and they ask you to stay there and raise your family. You know, now I don't know how their educational system is for, for children, but
But
they ain't got but 50
Yeah.
people.
they ain't got no kids, so
You know,
yeah.
they're looking for those things. So I think we as Black people, one, have to realize our voice is loud right now. Honestly, it is loud. We're not really talking.
And
We're
our
not.
money been loud. We just didn't realize it. But our money, we have supported nations, but
But
not ourselves.
we have to get out of the money being loud and us being loud. There's a difference.
But did you know that,
But I,
like, for one day, for 24 hours, if Black people did not spend not $1, like
Folks
the
be hurt.
whole economical system of the United States will go like, like it will be done for real. Like that's how much power we have in our economics.
And we
Like
just
if
won't.
we just stopped for one day, like
That
we
one.
could crash the whole economic system of the United States.
they've
Crazy.
had a couple of days like that, Max. In some areas it worked, and others, people, a lot of us are like, that ain't gonna mean nothing, da da da, that type of mentality. But we've had like over the last say 5-6 years, we've had that where they'll tell people don't spend money on this day.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but guess what? We don't even listen
Right.
because we feel
Co-
like what we do doesn't impact.
or better
That,
yet,
that's
no. Here's what we do. Reason why we don't do it is because you don't want me to do it because you're trying to buy something that I wanted. That's why you want me to stop purchasing because you out there shopping. You want to shop. See, we lose the fact and we get jealous, not realizing that your come up is my come up.
right.
When Max gets a promotion, even though we don't work for the same company, but her promotion is a promotion for all Black people because she's moving up in the company. Even if there are a few faces that are Black in where her promotion is, doesn't matter. She moved up to allow somebody else to move up. And we don't think about that. We
Right.
lost that. So that means that when you say to everybody, look, we're gonna take a nobody purchase day. Somebody is thinking to themselves, they just want to do that because there's a reason why they want to get a sale. There's a sale going on. I'm not gonna let them get me. I'm gonna go and spend I bet I get a better deal than y'all got on that day. Like what's the boy?
Oh,
When they said we weren't gonna do Prada no more. T.I. said, I'm not burning my Prada stuff. I just purchased some Prada stuff, but what I am gonna do, I'm gonna put it way in the back of my closet. I'm not gonna wear it. But then there was what's the fighter? He's not a smart cookie.
Meriwether,
Yes,
Mayweather.
yes, he's not a smart cookie. And yes, I said, and go tell him that I said, I'm a nobody. You can tell him whatever you want. But here's the thing. He went, when they said, don't wear Prada, we're going to ban Prada. I ain't doing that. He walked in there, he threw down $40,000. That's how much he spent in the store. And then he posted it and was like, y'all can say y'all ain't gonna wear Prada, but you fail to realize why we were banning Prada was because of the fact that during Black History Month, they thought that it was cute to do that little funky little sweater with the black face on it, and it was not.
Yeah, that was last year, right?
Purpose of why we were doing it, but then you take your Black ass over there and you purchase $40,000 worth of stuff, and then basically you tell them it's all right. It's like you can say nigga around me, but you
Yeah,
can't say it out to everybody else.
yeah. That's exactly what that was.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? That's where we as Black people have to stop and realize that one, we have better designers. Prada, and that's no knock against Prada. Please understand, I love their cologne. But at the end of the day, we have better designers. And sometimes those designers that you buying that say Prada were designed by Black people that work for them. They know our talent. They know it. We are just in that concept of being woke. I cannot stand it. But at the end of the day, we have to start really investing in ourselves. And I see we're on that path. We really are getting on that path of where we are supporting our own. We are going, I see us more and more becoming connected to our elements, to earth, to natural things. We're not taking that doctor's prescription and taking those pills. We're saying what do you have that's natural that I can take for high blood pressure instead of this medication? Because yes, my blood pressure is down, but I can't hear out my right ear. And my left eye keeps leaking. I keep looking like I'm crying. Shit like that that's where we start now to realize that we're earth people. That's where we come from, and now we're starting to get back into that. Guys, we do have to go because I know some of us Two of us got other responsibilities tonight that we have to deal with. And then I know everybody else here has got to get ready for work for tomorrow. I appreciate my brothers being online. I appreciate you. We will be doing this again. As you know, Shootin The Shit is every 2 weeks. So we're trying to get us on a path so we can get everybody consistent with what we do. But again, the purpose of all the conversations that Real Boy Talk does is so that you can take it offline. Take what you've heard here. Sometimes we drop some jewels to just being Jake's making a joke, and sometimes we take some real serious conversation. And in that, all of that, take that offline, have that conversation with some other studs, some other films and studs, your partner as well. Ask other people's opinions. That's the only way we're going to grow and learn. I love you, bros. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you all later.